Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Chris's Collectible Corner, and for those of you who are new, thank you for coming through to tune in for this review. And today we're taking a look at the Time Vanguard, aka Xenoverse Demoniacal Fit Goku from Dragon Ball Heroes. But before we get into the figure itself, if you wouldn't mind, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. It really helps and I appreciate the support. Alright, so taking a look at the packaging, this is pretty standard for what Demoniacal Fit does. I really like the packaging though because it harkens back to the Tamashii Nation's exclusive event boxes where it's primarily black and they pick one solid primary color to kind of highlight the figure that's inside. And as for this Time Vanguard Xenoverse Goku, it's red. So I really like how it looks. As you can see, we have the window in the front showcasing the figure with some of the accessories that it comes with. Time Vanguard that's along the sides, as well as some more illustrations and some poses that you could put the figure in on the back of the packaging. But let's get this guy out the box and take a closer look. Alright, so here we have him right out the packaging, Xenoverse Goku. And I mean, overall, he looks good. I mean, unfortunately, I will say this is a 2.0 Goku. And I feel like we've come so far from 2.0 that I wish they had done a 3.0 version instead. I mean, because Demoniacal Fit already has the technology. We have a base form 3.0 Goku. And I don't know, I just feel like this is kind of dated. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that we have a Xenoverse Goku in this outfit. But once again, I wish it was 3.0 so we have the better articulation with the legs, as well as like the soft plastic gi going over the top of the torso, instead of how they have it here, which there's a cut which interrupts the flow of it in order to give us some ab crunch and added articulation. But that aside, because this is what we have, looking at the figure itself, the whole thing is in a matte finish, which I like. I don't really like the shiny plastic on some figures, unless they're trying to break up the variation on how different materials look. I feel like this just gives it a more premium look. So from head to toe is all matte finish. The cloth around his waist is a soft plastic, so it's movable, so this way it doesn't hinder his articulation. I feel like the colors are really nice and pop with this guy. But overall, he's a pretty standard Goku. He stands at about 5.5 to 6 inches tall if you go to the top of his hair. I also really like the new face plates. They're very similar to the Saiyan Rays on Earth Goku, and I'll get into that in a little bit. Something about Demoniacal Fit that I like with their face plates, they tend to copy Tamashii Nations, but they just up it a little bit, so they have a little bit more detail or information in the face that kind of gives it a cleaner and more defined look. But that aside, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. Alright, so this Goku comes with 4 different faceplates. As you can see here, with the stern, smirking, teeth gritted, and shouting face, and these all look really good. I mean, here's how they look compared to the Saiyan Rays on Earth. The faces are very similar, as you can see, but like I said earlier, Demoniacal Fit's faces are a bit more defined. What I like, they put the line work like above the eyebrow, like just to kind of show more detail, as well as like below the eye, so it kind of really helps the facial expressions pop. Now, as for the other accessories that he comes with 6 different pairs of hands, his power pole, as well as the holder for it and the rope that you go attach to him. With the first pair of hands, he has the gripping or Kamehameha hands, which is iconic for Goku. If you know Goku, he's gonna be shooting some ki blasts and he's eventually gonna hit you with a Kamehameha. Then we come with 2 instant transmission hands, so you can put him in the iconic pose, just in case Goku's gotta get somewhere quickly. Or you could put both on him when it's time for Goku to... Oh, let me stop. I don't want to get demonetized. Then we have the karate chop kind of hands. I kind of put him in the Test Your Might Mortal Kombat pose. Going forward, I stopped using the right hand because the peg joints started to get a little bit loose and kind of break. So I just kind of left the fist on there, so keep that in mind. If you're going to be popping the hand joints on and off, heat them up first, so this way you don't run into that problem. That's what I don't like about ball pegs. Then we have the open ki blast hands. So, you know, that's iconic for Dragon Ball figures. Always going to be throwing ki blasts, little fireballs to kind of test their opponent, as well as keeping them from a distance. Then we have some iconic Kung Fu hands for Goku, which is normal for when he gets into his fighting stance before or after the warm-up and things start to get serious. Then he comes with 2 hands for holding his power pole. So, depending on what you want to choose, you could have him holding it in each hand, or you could probably use both hands to hold it to get him in some pretty interesting poses. Alright, let's look at this guy's articulation. He's based off of the 2.0 model, so if you're familiar with those Gokus, I don't think it's going to be much different from that. So let's take a look at this real quick and just see how he moves and how he feels. Alright, so starting with the head, you can look up, not that much, down. You can't really look up or down a good amount at all. You can turn all the way around. You can't really do much except for turning his head around. You can't really tilt it much. And the neck doesn't really add, kind of, I guess. Some articulation, but not that much. What is this? Man, this thing's tough. Ah, see? It's a ball hinge. I don't know why they use these. Better off with the ball peg. This, yeah. This doesn't really help it. But alright, so yeah, if you want to put any 2.0 Goku heads on here, you could. It'll work. But, alright, so it's a ball peg. And alright, as for the shoulders, you know, obviously move that out the way. There you go. You could bring them up about 90 degrees. Double elbow joint. Bicep rotation, both arms. Doesn't feel cheap or overly tight, so that's good. And then shoulders, you can go all the way around. Just checking this one, yeah. Alright, so there we go with that. So the way how they did this, they kind of had a cut here, so this way you can have some torso articulation. So you can lean back decently. And yeah, you can bend forward, so that's good. Any tilt from up there? No. Alright, but he has waist rotation, so there you go, and you can tilt side to side. Now this is soft plastic, so it shouldn't hinder you moving the legs around, so you're gonna hold it up just for that sake. So there you go. There you go, straight up. About that far out to the side. Let me get the other leg. Oh, the other leg is more stiff. Can't go out. Alright, so there you go. You can kick back. Double jointed knee. The old 2.0 ankles, but it's got some good pivot. And up and down motion. Got a toe hinge. And thigh rotation. Forgot to mention that. This one, I think you just kind of have to finagle it to like, there you go. You finagle it. There you go. That's about as much as a split you can get them in, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that's it for articulation. It's pretty standard for a 2.0 Goku, so if you have one of those, that's what you can expect from this one. But alright, well, there you go. Alright, so now it's time for everyone's favorite part, the head swaps. Personally, this is one of the things I dread when it comes to reviewing Goku and Vegeta figures, because there are so many different variations and head sculpts and faces for these characters that it is a pain in the butt to have to do this. But I do it for you guys, for those who are curious, so I hope you appreciate it. Also, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel because I'm only doing this part for you guys. So show me some love in the comment section below. Give me some thumbs up to show that you appreciate it. Now, that aside, because this is a 2.0 Goku, I'm only going to be using 2.0 heads because none of the other heads fit on this. And just so you know ahead of time, the re-custom Super Saiyan 3 Goku head sculpt does not fit on this body because it's meant for the 3.0 Demoniacal fit Goku. So, that aside, we're going to start with the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Goku on this body, just in case you guys want a different head or face on there. So, pop it right in, boom. And it fits perfectly. If you guys could see that, let me back it up a little bit so it's in better focus for you guys. There you go. So, I mean, it looks good. The skin tone doesn't match too well with the rest of the body and the neck, but you could get away with it because he has the black turtleneck that kind of goes all the way up, so the faceplate kind of covers the neck parts, like the bare neck parts. But if you're a stickler about it, the face skin tone does not match so well with the neck skin tone. Alright, now let's do the Awakening Super Saiyan head. Let's just pop this off. Give me a second. There we go. Alright, Super Saiyan Awakening Goku head. So let's pop this on here. See how this looks. Give me a second. Boom, and here we have him. Let me tilt this face up a little bit so you can see him. There you go. The Super Saiyan 1 Awakening Goku hair on this Xeno body. And yeah, I think it looks pretty decent. Not gonna lie, the face sculpt is kind of dated. And so is the hair paint applications. But that aside, if this is a look that you want to go for, you can do that. Now, we're gonna go to a more refined look. And we're gonna do the full power Super Saiyan head from the full power Super Saiyan Goku. So, let's put that on here. Wow. There you go. Face aside, because that's a screaming face that came with the effects package. I think this Super Saiyan hair actually looks really good with this body. I actually really like how this looks. So if I had the other face plates available to me, I think this will look pretty good actually. I actually wouldn't mind using this for a Super Saiyan form of the Xeno Goku. But alright. Skipping Super Saiyan 2, because the only one that I have is for 3.0. We're going to go right into the God form. So here it is. The Air Studios Super Saiyan God head sculpt. Be careful when you're doing this too, guys, because the neck pad gets kind of weak. It kind of splits a little bit over after too much tension, so just be careful. That's why I like these head sculpts though, because they're soft. And boom, here we go. That looks nice. That looks really good. I really like how that looks, especially because the red hair complements the red overcoat. But yeah, that looks really nice. Okay, now it's time to take it up to the next level. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan. Oh, this fell off. Let me just push that back in. There we go. Alright. Let's put this bad boy in here. Hold on 1 second. And here you go. This one also looks pretty good as well. The blue hair matches well with the blue on his ankles as well as the belt and the wrist guards. Looks nice. But once again, the skin tone does not match the skin tone on the neck or the arms. So if that's something that bothers you, well, there you go. And then last but not least, Mastered Ultra Instinct. I think he's popping out. We'll just leave it there for now. Alright. Line that up. Boom. There you go. Mastered UI Xeno Goku. This looks really good. The silver really pops on this colorway, especially this outfit for Goku. Yeah, that looks nice. But once again, the skin tone doesn't match. As far as I remember, none of the skin tones on any of these matches. I think the one that came closest was this one. But yeah, the face plates don't match the neck. None of these do. So yeah, there you go, guys. I hope that piques your interest and shows what you were curious about. Alright, so here we have a couple side comparisons. Here we have one with another 2.0 Goku, which is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Here we have him next to Dragon Ball GT Kid Goku with the custom Super Saiyan hair. Then we have him with another Demoniacal Fit figure, which is their version of Super Saiyan 4. Next, we have him here with SH Figure Arts Blood Awakening Super Saiyan Vegeta. And then of course, we had to put him with the Beast Deities Xeno Vegeta in that armor because these two come from the same series. Here we have him with Tantanar's Future Trunks, and these look great together as well. And then of course, you can't have Goku without his rival, so here we have him next to Mecha Frieza. And I think they scale perfectly, but once again, he's a 2.0 Goku. Alright guys, so that's my review on Demoniacal Fits Time Vanguard, aka Xenoverse Goku. Overall, it's not too different from what I was expecting. It's another 2.0 Goku. I do wish they would have went with a 3.0 mold, since that's the era that we're in. But for what it is, I'm not mad at it. I'm glad that we have Goku in this form, in a different variation. We had this form a lot, but with the Super Saiyan 4 version. So it's good to have the base form of him. I got mine off of 5K Toys. I believe it was $45 after taxes and shipping. Maybe like 52, 54 bucks. So, you know, Demoniacal Fit is always good with their pricing. They never really break the bank. But that aside, using the Dragon Radar and the Dragon Balls from a scale to 1 to 7 as a scaling system, I'm gonna have to give this guy a 4. I was gonna go with a 3, but because of the price, you know, it's not that expensive. And it's not like this is a common mold, so, you know, for that sake, I'll let it be. But the fact that it's still 2.0, not many accessories except for the power pole. I don't really like the ball pegs because they're prone to breaking, so it makes it a pain in the butt when you're trying to swap out the head or the hands. So for those reasons, I'm scoring him pretty low. It's really like the price that saves it for me. Is this one you have to pick up? I don't really think so. I think you can skip on this one. With that said, I hope you guys found this review informative. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification to be notified when new reviews are uploaded to the channel. Thank you for stopping by my corner of the internet, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.